yours. Hey girl, how you feeling? Well, staying hydrated, meditating, getting some sun, touching some grass, scratch the grass, all that. All the things. All the things. All the things. I hear that. This is Black Writer Doula Sessions, and I am Ella Shawn, your story doula and unlicensed therapist. It's a girl, Ella. This micro podcast is part of the Black Writer Therapy podcast platform, made possible by listeners like you on the Alive Podcast Network. Every week, Black women writers receive 10 to 15 minutes of direct somatic informed support for those moments unique to our experience in the writing industry. Each session is an answer to my favorite question. I got you, Ella. I got you. How you healing, sister? Yeah. How you healing, sister? Yeah. Yeah. How you healing, my sister? Yeah. How you healing, sis? Is that it? Did I get that? Okay. I think that's a wrap. I feel good about that. Hey, welcome to Black Writer Doula Sessions, my new micro podcast and a new way that we are actually bringing information to our listeners. So, I am Ella Shawn, and if we found our way to your For You podcast feed, then we are in total alignment according to the law of synchronicity. Thank you for being present for this Black Writer Doula session, which is part of the Black Writer Therapy platform made possible by listeners like you on the Alive Podcast Network. So, what are we talking about today? As you know, we are moving the Black Writer brand in a new direction, one that focuses more on storytelling than the stories being told. For season 4, we are highlighting one brilliant Black woman writer every month. Then, for the rest of the month, we'll bring you these micro podcast episodes. These sessions are somatically informed, but we still shoot straight from the hip because we don't have a reason to sugarcoat anything. The truth is, we're still Black, we're still women, and we still live at the intersection of all that means. But what it doesn't have to mean is that we won't audaciously burn the world down, rewrite it in our own image, one word at a time. So today, I would like to start with our first doula session. I'm really excited about this, mostly because this is a part of my practice. It is a part of my professional practice. I am a professional story doula and publisher and writer and podcaster and writing workshop facilitator. I think I need a bigger head. Right. Today, I'm going to present 2 skeleton keys that seem to lock every woman, every Black woman, in some room she has fought tirelessly to get out of. And I'd like to thank September's guest and inspiration for the 3 Black Writer Doula sessions. Ms. Kelly Martin, founder of Bright-Headed Publishing, was on our section last week for Black Writer Therapy. So you can still go check her out. You're going to want to, I assure you. But we're going to continue to show her some love and support because she put it down last week and it was amazing. She came with it, vulnerable, honest, fierce, unapologetically being Miss Kelly. So, yeah, thank you so much for that. So, I like to call this segment Name a Thing So We Can Get Free, Ella. Name a thing so we can get free, Ella. So here we are. There are two things, two keys that will lock us up and keep us from being our most creative and free selves. What are those things, Ella? Shame and guilt. Shame and guilt will keep us stagnant and on lockdown every time. So I want to share a bit of the clip from Kelly and our podcast session together.
Was a publisher. And when this guy said yes to me, he gassed me up. He told me all these great things that were going to happen. I was going to go on podcasts. I was going to go on a book tour. All of these things were going to happen. And they helped me find a cover for the book and everything. They were going to publish it on their platforms. All these things were going to happen. And then he hit me with it. Well, how many books are you going to buy? And I was like, well, what do you mean buy books? I thought that's what you did. He's like, well, I'm doing everything else. I just need you to buy the books. How many copies? And I was like, well, I don't know. And he's like, well, buy this many copies. It's going to be $700. And I said, okay. And I gave this man $700 because I didn't know any better, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody told me. I was like I said, I was naive. I didn't know. And he took my $700, and that shortly after that, he just ghosted me, just gone. Not returning my emails, not returning my calls. However, he did put the book, You Sound White, on Amazon. It was published. It was out there. But if it made any money, if it sold any copies, I have no idea. I never saw anything from him. I never saw any copies of the books either from my $700. I didn't get anything. When I say he ghosted me, he ghosted me. So not only did I not have any books, I also didn't have my book. I didn't have the rights to it. I couldn't put it anywhere else because he had it on Amazon. And nobody told me this. And this went on for about a year. I was
And that is just a clip, just like 2 minutes of our conversation. When I tell you, Kelly is freaking phenomenal and she's so open and honest and funny as hell, make sure you go and listen to that. So she's given us quite a bit to work with. And so I picked up a few things, right? There were red flags. If everybody is saying no, okay. And then she said, he hit me with it. How many books are you going to buy? You could tell she didn't feel at ease with any of it. And yet, this need, because she had told everybody, I'm going to be a published author. I'm going to do this. I got to do that, blah, 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 blah. All these things were going to happen. So she gave him the $700. And then that was it. Where was he? He was gone. He was ghosted. He was all the things. So here's a little doula advice. Research any publisher that you are interested in publishing with. And I don't care if they are big 5 trade publishers, if they are well-established indie publishers, if they are well-established hybrid or whatever. You do your due diligence because there are people out here who will take from you and leave you high and dry and broke and broken. So, doula tip number 1. She said she didn't feel like she could tell anyone because more than likely, right? More than likely, that would have earned her. When you already feeling like, shit, I can't believe I was taken like that. You certainly don't want people that you have not only, Kelly said, not only was she like, nah, you can't tell me nothing. She's like, you talking negative? Nah, we don't have anything to talk about. So now she where's she gonna go? So let's get to it, right? So I really hope to leave these micro podcasts at like 15 minutes, which means I have like 4. Here's the thing. Shame. Shame is one of those emotions that does not come from within. Shame is something that comes from outside of ourselves. She kept saying all these things were going to happen. She had told everyone all these things were going to happen. So people were what? Expecting all these things to happen. And none of those things happened, except the book was published, but none of the other things happened. And so now, how do you face people when you said all these things were going to happen? That is an expectation that's hanging out in the world. So now, and you put it out there, which is fine, but other people have the expectation now. And that means you don't have a way to meet it. So shame filters in, it sits with us. And where is it sitting? It's sitting down in your sacral chakra, keeping you from creating, keeping you from discerning, because the sacral and the third eye chakra, they are best friends. And if one is out of whack, neither of them are going to work. And so now you got oily, slithering little shame clogging up all the wheels and all the good parts of your sacral chakra, which houses your creative, divine, sexual energy, which fuels desire, which fuels imagination, and which fuels vision. So now, guess what? You have no vision, no foresight, no ability to see your way out of this mess. So you are stuck like Chuck. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You never have to stay stuck. We are energy, and energy is always in motion, right? But outside of feeling ashamed because she was talking big, big stuff, because she was excited. Now, but she's like, well, shit, he took all my money. I don't have no books. I can't even get my one book that I can't even do anything with it. So what comes in? Guilt. And that is an emotion that comes from us. When we feel guilty about something, it is because we feel like we let ourselves down. We are afraid that we are not capable of making good decisions. Caveat, you are always going to hear me say, we don't have but one emotion as a human animal, and that is fear, because that emotion is designed to help save our lives, to keep us alive. And every other emotion comes from that. I don't care if you don't agree, because I'm right. Moving on. So now this guilt has come in, and guilt, you know what guilt feels like. It's heavy. It weighs you down in ways you will never even think about it. You would never attribute, I just don't feel like getting out of bed today, to guilt. You would never attribute, sometimes I just feel like I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. I just feel like if I get up, that's it. I'm falling over. Guilt, because it causes you not to trust yourself anymore. If you've made one decision that led to an outcome that wasn't what you hoped or thought it was going to be, now you're going to question your ability to make any decision. And that, my friend, is a heavy burden to carry. So if shame feels like oily, slimy fish in your sacral chakra, mucking up your ability to envision something better, then guilt is sitting down in your root chakra, which is what grounds us to this place, to the earth. And that is what says to us, girl, don't worry about it. Gaia got you. You don't have to concern yourself with having all of your needs met. They are done. You don't have to contend with if you are safe, if you are cared for, if you are seen and heard, because you are, right? So when we are grounded and our root chakra is open and spinning, not too fast, not too slow, but at the right frequency, honey, we are fine. We're not afraid to take risks. We're not afraid to, strut our stuff and walk into rooms where people are like, what are you doing in here? Same as you. Same as you. Because we are grounded. And that root chakra goes to the highest part of us. Our crown chakra, that's what connects us to like the big bad. Hey, Miss Erotic, how you living, girl? How you doing? the erotic, huh? That Eros love that is built on desire, which is truly the only form of love that matters because it's the only thing that fuels imagination, that fuels creativity. But that is a whole nother show. So let's get back to it. If you're feeling guilt, then it's like having an anvil that is rusted over, that is disgusting and heavy. And it's like the biggest one in the world, and it's sitting in your perineum. For any woman out here who has carried a heavy child and you're in month 4,900, your bladder is the size of a pancake and you have so much pressure in your perineum, you know that every time you get up to walk somewhere, there's a good chance that you are going to have an accident. It just is because that pressure's there. Or you're so constipated, you know you are never going to go back to the bathroom again. That is what guilt does to us. It blocks us up. It stops us up. It makes it so difficult to move that we just don't. We just don't move. We don't make a choice. We don't make a decision. We stay static. We stay where we are. We are stuck like Chuck. And you know what? At least I know where I am right here. At least I know I won't make a decision or a choice, which means I don't have to worry about doing anything that's going to make me feel even more guilty. And now you're cut off from the highest version of yourself, which is here to experience this place in all of its fullness. And you're sitting around here, sitting in the house, looking around, looking like Boo Boo the Fool because your root chakra is being weighed down by guilt, which is cutting it off from the divine feminine energy of creativity, imagination, joy, power. Dang, I hadn't written in 14 years. I don't even know why. What's the last time you felt guilty about something? What you mean? Because, guilt and shame are emotions and they do not just stay where they start. Energy in motion moves. So you can go from feeling heavy and constipated to, God, my back hurts so bad all the time. I can't even hardly walk. To, I swear, I just don't have the willpower to make anything work out. And I try to be confident, but I cannot because now you got all this stuff in your solar plexus. Are you emotionally in touch with yourself and the world around you? Probably not if you have guilt and shame corroding your heart. Well, why don't you speak up for yourself? Why don't you say what you mean and mean it when you say it? I would, but I don't want to bother nobody. I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers. Oh yeah, 'cause shame and guilt got a chokehold on you, literally in that throat chakra. But girl, can't you just like write the vision, make it plain? Just envision your life as something different. And like, I can't see nothing else different from me. I can't. Oh yeah, third eye blind. Third eye blind, because you just messed up. And that is what's happening with so many of us. We're out here, we have these stories, our ancestors are whispering in our ear, in our souls. Hey, y'all need to tell the story because they are erasing them and we need them to be told. But we can't hear, they can't get through to you because you are so riddled with shame and guilt over what? Something that happened 45 years ago. And you're the only one who remembers it. You're the only one holding on to it. You're the only one holding on to it. Why? Let that go. Name the thing and get free. Like, what are you doing? I don't really know how. I don't even remember what it was. I just know that sometimes it just creeps up on me. Well, let me help you. Let me help you. I didn't keep it to 15, but I still I have time. This is a good time. We're going to give you a few tools to put in your storytelling toolbox because writing can't happen when the vessel can't be accessed. And I, for one, am in total belief that the vessel, which is us, we are in high demand. But our stories aren't getting out there because so many of us are riddled with guilt, riddled with shame, And we're just sitting in it, just sitting in it. If you had an accident, you're not going to just sit in it. You're going to do something about it. You're going to get your ass up and do something about it, because why would you sit in it? So these are two things you can do. First and foremost, you have to figure out where this shame, which is a slithering, oily, slick kind of feeling, where is it in your body? And you have to sit down with yourself, by yourself, for yourself, breathe normally, and really just kind of tune in to yourself. Really just breathe and be as still as possible, and allow yourself to examine where things feel slick, where they feel slimy, where they make you feel nauseous. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor, your hands are comfortable, you're comfortable, and just close your eyes and breathe normally. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and find the area that feels slick, oily, squirming things are there. When you find them, don't not look at them, because that is an accumulation of years of shame. And I know for a fact, if it took years to accumulate, it's going to take a couple of months or so to get out of there. So don't think you're going to do this exercise one time and then that's it. Once you locate them, though, you have to not look at them like gross, slimy fish worm things. You have to look at them for what they are, a derivative of fear. And fear is here to protect the body. So those poor little old giant squirming oily things started out as tiny little tadpoles trying to protect you. Nobody told them they could go, and you didn't need the protection anymore. And that is what we have to do. We practice gratitude, even for shame, because that shame was trying to keep you from doing whatever you did that made you feel that way, so that you wouldn't feel bad. And as crazy as that sounds, go with me. I want you to breathe into that space where all that slick, slimy, squirming is taking place, and you have to start pulling them out. Thank them. Express gratitude. Thank you for holding space. Thank you for your efforts to protect me. I am grateful to you. And I am also grateful I no longer need your protection. So I am releasing you back into the universe to be transmutated for the highest good of myself and the harm of me. And you breathe deeply, inhale through your nose, hold it at the top, because now you have power over death. Exhale into that space where you have now made space. You do the exact same thing. Where are you heavy, burdened, rusty? Truly, so find it. Tell that guilt, thank you. I know what you were trying to protect me from, but I am okay. I am a big girl now, and I need this space so that I can be filled with creativity, joy, wonder. And you do these exercises before you sit to write, before you sit to meditate. You've got to get rid of the guilt. You've got to let go of the shame. You can't tell the stories as they need to be told if you can't see them, feel them, hold space for them. And if you're full of guilt, full of shame, you don't have any room for light. You don't have any room for dark. You don't have any room for anything. I'm Elishan. Thank you for joining me for this inaugural session of Black Writer Doula. If this practice resonated with you, take the next step and join our Black Writer Wellness community over on Substack. Subscribe to the newsletter at the monthly or annual level. And if you have already found yourself a circle of writing sisters, consider purchasing a group subscription for a special discount. Together we rise, heal, and write ourselves into wholeness. Until next time, please remember to breathe, touch some grass, and be kind to yourself. Bye. Hey, we deserve to heal.